Good day. How are you? Hopefully you're feeling as good as I'm feeling right now, because today we are in Midhurst. In fact, we're in Ambersham Common, which is just a stone's throw away from Midhurst itself. Now, this isn't my first rodeo here, interestingly enough. I came here a long time ago, not too long ago, actually maybe 2 years ago, and I parked pretty much at the main car park, but I never explored what we're going to explore today because I didn't go this far. I just went for a nice little sort of mini walk for myself. I was on my own, I remember it very well, and on the way to check out Cowdray Ruins in Midhurst, and I parked a little bit closer today. There's another sort of secondary sort of smaller car park, but that's the background. But today I'm here because we're here to check out a Pillbox variant. Okay, again, you're probably tutting, why is that so special? Well, variants are special in themselves because they're different variations on standard Pillboxes. And if you have watched all of my videos, thank you so much, because that means then you're sort of very familiar with how these operate, how these work. The difference on this one today is, well, it's a bit of a loner. It's a bit like me. Come on, let's check it out. Hello and welcome back. Did you miss me? I missed you. So, hopefully you'll watch till the end now. And we won't have to miss each other. Beautiful walk down. Like I said, I took the secondary car park, which was new to me, which actually, to be honest with you, puts you right in the heart of the common, which is really nice. Normally I've sort of like done about half of it and then walked around, a bit lazy really, not that far. So we're here. More importantly, I've just dumped my stuff on the top. There are 12. Let's clarify this. There are 12 embouchures, which, to my knowledge, well, this will be the first pillbox I've ever explored that has got 12 embrasures. So interesting in itself, which is really cool. Brick built with concrete construction, as you can probably see, concrete cap, brick on the outside. There are no other pillboxes that look like this. The only one, which I've not filmed but I know very well, people of Sheerness. I will talk to you now about my commonality. There is a pillbox in Sheerness which is guarding the old bridge, and it sort of looks similar to this, but that's a variation itself, and that's very unique in its own right, and I probably will do a video on that at some point. But talking too much, because we need to explore this interesting pillbox. And already you can see some telltale signs. Interesting stuff. This viewpoint that it's got is incredible. Bar the trees, if you've got 12 embrasures, 12 loopholes, whatever you want to refer to them as, we're calling them embrasures, basically sites for guns, mountings, you're meaning business, and it is covering the whole of the common just before the crest of the ridge, which is probably interesting in that respect as well. I will talk more about it, like I said, we'll go in, because I find this one really interesting on multiple reasons, and I'm probably just going to talk out loud about my sort of theories and reasonings behind a lot of this stuff, because believe it or not, there isn't actually much information on this, which makes it even more of a mystery. I'm sure if we dug into the records proper, we'd be able to find stuff, but for us on a sort of casual armchair historian sort of basis, it's very interesting. Let's go in, come on. Alright, here we go. So the first thing we know is that there are two openings as well, which is very unique on a pillbox. Normally you just get one. Most of you pillbox enthusiasts will probably be aware of that, and I'm not going to mess about today. We're just going to go in. No spiders. So the first thing we can deduce the moment we're in here is that that wasn't designed for heavy machine guns, rifles, light fire, or more importantly, for observation. And this is it, everybody. It's in a horseshoe shape, but strangely enough, there is a brick wall that divides either entrance. So I am really interested in this one because it is not designed for heavy machine gun fire. The embrasures would be way bigger. This is literally for rifle use or small arms fire. And what makes it interesting is that each embrasure is almost different. So you've got your main forward facing set of 4, and then to your right and to your left, the design of these is built slightly differently, where you can see there is a concrete lip on top of the forward facing ones. This doesn't, these are just brick. And looking up, concrete cap, brick inbuilt. I'm amazed actually, it's not that much litter. Can you believe? I mean, there's litter, but not that much. Interesting. But look at this. The views you get are really, really good. Now, my camera, most cameras aren't going to pick up what's outside there, but I can promise you that the view that you are getting from that is really good, really clean. Judging by, let's see, I was obviously show you this one. So this is obviously another entrance. So 2 separate entrances coming in, and it's really spacious in here. Like, I mean, you obviously for 12 embrasures, you can imagine if 12 men were in here, they've actually got a lot of room, surprisingly. I mean, it's almost like a sort of blockhouse. But yeah, I'm really going to tease you a little bit because I'm just sort of talking out loud, really. If let's just pose the question: if this wasn't a pillbox and this was more a fortified observation post, an OP, you have to have something that is situated to justify that OP site. There is nothing here. The only other thing that I would surmise is that we are in a common, we are in a patch of land. I wonder if this was built purely just for training purposes. I just wonder. Because it's definitely classed as a pillbox variant. So let's just say that. It can, as we know, pillboxes, although argumentatively, people always believe that they weren't necessarily used for observation posts, but they can prove a secondary function, because at the end of the day, if you're being attacked and you've got a viewpoint of the enemy, you need to rally communications to understand where you are in the sequence. And as we said before, actual standard pillboxes, all of them would have had numbers associated with them. But I just find this one so interesting, because my instinct tells me that this pillbox is so out of situ with anything. But I will explain more when we're outside, because otherwise if I tell you everything whilst we're in here, it's just no point. But just need to appreciate the fact that this is 2 entrances, brick built. Actually, that'll be a point. I want to have a look and sort of see roughly if this is shell proof or not, because I think it might be, you know. Now, if this was like a Type 22, you see this wall that we've got here, which would normally be like a bullet ricochet wall, which would mean you'd have to stand behind it. But if we stand behind this, there is nothing. It would protect us on this corner here, but that's it. How interesting. So obviously this is me now being put in context. The embrasures are just flat, there's no shelving or anything. So really is interesting, this one. And you can see with my perspective again, so I'm 5'10", 5'11", plenty of room on this one, head height. Very interesting. Hopefully it's giving you a good idea of dimension and size wise as well. Again, if I've got my gun, my rifle, I'm placing it up here. Really, I've not got a huge amount of manoeuvrability. Very old school. It's got that sort of like Type 22 sort of feel with the embrasures. Anyway, let's head out. So as we take a look, here are our embrasures, pointing out, like I said, the field of fire you've got is really good if it was for using that. I mean, it must be. Now, I don't know of any other pillbox that has got railway tracks embedded into it. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what is that about? You know, and then look, what they've done is they've trenched this out, and they've basically created their own little mini trench, and then they've reinforced it with this sort of like iron, I'm assuming, or steel. But, and if you read it, I'm not sure I can pre-read that. It probably might come out clearer. I want to say that says 805. Can't be 1805, can it? 805. Who knows? 9. It looks like a GCAPNE. Is that right? Really hard to tell. Carriage. No. Who knows? Really difficult. But like I said, there's really not much. that indicates anything else on this one. I find it so interesting. Since when has there been a pillbox that's got literally 2 railway girders coming through it? Pretty cool, isn't it? And this, again, it's why I wanted to do this one, because really there's a lot of questions that go with it, really. Amazing. Look at that. You can see its shape. It's really not, it's not a standard shape at all. It's not octagonal, it's not hexagonal, it's not nothing. So really interesting. Anyway, let's head out. Well, everybody, as I walk away from the pillbox variant, which it is, I'm left to wonder and question quite a lot about that pillbox. It almost has more questions than it does answers. The lack of information, without digging literally through the war records, would surmise something that if it was local knowledge to a lot of people, then more people would figure out that it had a different purpose, maybe. What we can surmise is that, I've got to figure out where I'm going now, straight ahead. What you can surmise is that, alright, if I give out the facts, okay, which I didn't sort of do over there, but let's just talk about it in factual terms. And this, sadly, everybody, I don't normally show this part of my side of my brain, but it's when it sort of kicks off, it starts really triggering, like, it really questions a lot of stuff historically within this. Factually, we know that that is the only pillbox, factually true by the way, that is in this area, which raises a question. If that's the only one that stands out on its own, surely its defensive purpose is weak. You've literally got a pillbox in the middle of nowhere. We are in the middle of nowhere. If you came here, you would feel like you were in the middle of nowhere. And I love Midhurst, as you know, I've mentioned it. It's in my top 5 West Sussex places. I love it. And like I said, I've visited here before, but not this far. This far. So why is it that pillbox is on its own? Why isn't it part of a defensive line system? Maybe it was, but we know through looking through that there were no other pillboxes straddling this side. So it's the only one, literally the only one. So that's an interesting question, isn't it? So factually we know that's the only pillbox that's around this area. What gives us more questions and answers, however, why is it the only one? And as I sort of said, 2 conclusions to that, two theories, that I would come up with instantaneously without engaging my brain any more than I need to. First theory was it an observation post, just used for training. Perfect place, as I said, we're in a common, perfect. If you want to go training exercises, great. Stick a little sort of pillbox in there, use it as some sort of fortified exercise, whatever. It's in the middle of nowhere, perfect. You're not going to get the general public, even though we're stones throw away from Midhurst. Really, you know, perfect for training. And it's the kind of thing you can picture Dad's Army, the home guard for us, but we always call them Dad's Army. But you know, they could be doing this and practicing, and etc., etc. Question 2 is the train tracks that are built into that. First possible conclusion or answer to that is that we know that Midhurst, the abandoned line, Midhurst train station, which I've done Midhurst tunnel on, that was an abandoned train line. So the train tracks, and another interesting caveat for you on that one, the train tracks are really not that far away. The line itself is probably closer than it is the actual Midhurst itself in terms of where the track lied. So who's to say they couldn't just have nicked a couple of those bars, the tracks, and fitted them in? It is the Pillbox. I can safely say this. It's the only Pillbox that I visited where it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. There's no question about it. It's a Pillbox variant. And with that, I will leave that with you lot out there to discuss amongst yourselves. I'm sure you World War II historians, genuine World War II historians, not like my sort of exploring, because obviously I have a multitude of love history. I'm just sort of talking in a practical sense. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Anyway, any more words of Phoenix history? Thank you for coming along with me. Hopefully we sort of like put to bed a few of those interesting questions. What a fascinating place. I'm so glad actually I found this shorter car park here just to sort of do this, not because I'm lazy, because it would have been quite a nice, it would have been a nice walk, but I've got multiple things to do today. And plus I'm in Midhurst. Quite enjoy that, haven't we? Take care everybody. Any more words of Phoenix history? Because history matters. The ultimate Pillbox variant, because it's actually a mystery. Take care everybody. Love to all of you out there. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. You know, it really means a lot to me if you like it and spread the word of the channel. It just goes a long way. It keeps me motivated to doing it. I appreciate if you want to dislike the video. It's totally up to you. I totally respect that, and I guarantee, and you'll probably dislike the video not only because of my disgusting looks, that I look ugly, but also probably because of my World War II theories. You might not sort of agree with them, which is totally fine. I will totally hands down put my hand up if I'm wrong on it, because I've not actually said I'm right, have I? Let's just clarify that. Anyway, any more words of Phoenix history? Take care everybody, because history matters. I tell you what, no matter what, it bloody well does, doesn't it? Look after yourselves everybody. I think you know the drill by now. Kapow.